that will impress the heck out of them, especially if it's the first day. So if it's the first day and they call you, they tell you to come here, you make sure you sound off. Hey everybody, it's Army Princess here and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, you may want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now because I upload military related content videos every single Monday. And sometimes throughout the week, I might sprinkle in a get ready with me or a vlog or a live here and there, so you don't want to miss an upload. For the subscribers that are new to my channel, you're gonna see a green heart emoji appear in the videos at some point. Once you see that green heart emoji, go ahead and go down to the comment section and leave me a green heart emoji. It represents my love for the military and it lets me know you're here and you're rocking with me. So we are chugging along with the basic training series here on the channel, and if you have not checked out my basic training videos, make sure you check out the description box below because I'm going to leave a link to the playlist for those videos. But I've been talking about nighttime hygiene routines. We talked about getting ready for PT with this new ACFT. We talked about a lot of basic training things on the channel, and today I'm going to let y'all know how y'all can impress your drill sergeant, because I know it's a couple of y'all that are about to leave in the next few weeks and you want to get those last little minute tips on how you can impress your drill sergeant and do a great time once you get to basic training. So if you want to see how to impress your drill sergeant, then keep on watching.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work.
I know basic training can be hard. I know basic training can be very intimidating. I know everybody doesn't go to basic training with tough skin, and I also have a video on how to prepare yourself to get tough skin for basic training. But I wanted to talk about what you can do as far as preparing yourself and maybe impressing the drill sergeants when you get to basic training, because basic training, number one, is not hard. Like, people think it's this hard, crazy thing. People think that it's I don't know where they get these notions from. I guess from TV, what's the word? TV sensationalizes a lot of things, and a lot of things that you see on TV are just not true. A lot of it is made up for Hollywood to sensationalize it, but what it does is it scares people. And so it's not as bad as you think. It's really just a mind game, and you have to mentally prepare. So one way that you can prepare yourself for basic training mentally is just get in the mind space. Getting in the mind space, knowing that nobody can physically hurt you and put their hands on you, and that they're there to do a job. They're there to tear you down as an individual and build you up as a group, as a platoon, as a unit, so that when you go out in battle, you know what you need to do in a time of need to help your battle buddy to your left and your right, and so that you can be prepared. So basic training teaches you the basics of the military to prepare you for war. What the drill sergeants are going to do when you first get to basic training is they're going to intimidate you, and they're going to try their best to intimidate you because they're trying to break you down to build you back up. In basic training, a lot of times you are given a position in your platoon or your rank. Sometimes they may ask you, Private Wilson, I need you to go do X, Y, and Z. Private Wilson, I need you and your squad to be here at this time. Private Wilson, where is your team leader? If a drill sergeant asks you about things, you need to know where your people are. So that brings me to my first tip. You need to have accountability. If they ask you where all the people in your bay are, if they ask you where the rest of your squad is, and you I don't know, it's going to look like you don't give a crap. Being able to take charge, being able to have accountability of your people or whatever you're in charge of, whether it's your equipment, whether it's your platoon, whether it's your squad, whether it's the people that are going in and out of personal time or going to wash their clothes. If you are appointed a duty or appointed a position, you need to have accountability and you need to be able to take charge. When a drill sergeant asks you where your people are or what's going on or why isn't this done, you need to be able to answer that, and you need to be able to rattle it off quickly. You can't be like, well, I don't know, I wasn't in charge, it wasn't my responsibility. No, once you're given that position, it is your responsibility to know what's going on. Even every day in the military, I'm considered an NCO, a non-commissioned officer. I have a soldier and I have a sailor that I'm in charge of. If somebody were to ask me, well, Sergeant Wilson, where's your soldier at today? They didn't show up for work. I can't say, well, I don't know. I need to have accountability for my soldiers. I need to know where they are, what they're doing, so that when somebody hired asks me about them, or if some tasking or some event comes down and they need them, I know where they are. So it's the same thing in basic training. You need to know where your people are. You need to have accountability at all times, especially if you're appointed a specific position. This goes with tip number 1, is sounding off. Drill sergeants call on you all the time. They'll say, hey, Private Snuffy, come here. And if you just walk in, if you don't say anything, they are going to get on your case. They're going to yell at you, sound off. Yes, drill sergeant, moving drill sergeant. That will impress the heck out of them, especially if it's the first day. So if it's the first day and they call you, they tell you to come here, you make sure you sound off when they call your name. If they take an attendance, they taking a roll, sound off. Use your big girl voice. I tell my soldiers yelling at the window when they're trying to call patients up to the window, use your command voice. If there's any time when they tell you to use your outside voice, this is the time. When the drill sergeant call on you, you make sure you use your outside big girl voice, big boy voice, and sound off. That will impress the drill sergeant. The last thing that I want to talk about, because I want to keep this video short, is coming to basic training physically fit. In my last video that I updated last week, as far as the main event that females are failing in the Army or in basic training, that had to do with fitness. Fitness is big right now in the military. The new PT test that is going to take effect October 2020 is called the ACFT, and it is a new 6-event PT test that is replacing the old PT test, which was the APST, and it was only 3 events. A requirement now for those of you coming into basic training is to take and pass the ACFT, the new 6-event PT test. This is going to require you to get physically fit. If you are a female coming in the military, you need to get into the gym time now. This is what you need to do to prep for coming to basic training. You need to start getting a membership to your local Planet Fitness or wherever gym you have and start lifting some weights. I talk about it in detail in my last video, so I'm not going to go into detail in this video. Make sure you check out that video, but you need to start getting fit. You need to start getting into shape. One of the events that females in particular are failing is the leg tuck.
Look at them leg tucks.
The leg tuck is a new event where it's kind of like a pull-up and a sit-up all at the same dang on time. So you pull yourself up on the pull-up bar and you bring your legs up to your elbows, and your knees have to touch your elbows. Very hard for a lot of females because the core is not strong. So planks, abdominal workouts, getting in the gym, lifting weights, getting your arms strong, getting your back muscle strong is what's going to help you pass the ACFT when you go into basic training. And if you can come into basic training being able to at least do a pull-up, you are going to impress your drill sergeant. I would say running, the leg tuck, and the deadlift are the events that usually always get females. So make sure you're working on those 3 events in particular. Get out there and run, get out there and lift weights, because you're going to have to lift a minimum of 140 pounds on a hex bar. And when I tell you I've been in the gym working my butt off trying to lift that weight, it will behoove you to get in the gym now before you even leave for basic training and start getting fit. Start getting your body ready and conditioned to lift that weight, because once you get there, you're going to take the ACFT, and those events are part of the ACFT. Okay guys, this was a little short video. I wanted to come on briefly and give you females in particular some tips to be able to impress your drill sergeant, because I know females are the one because me being a female and me joining the military, I know that the guys were the ones that were hoo. So this video is for you all. I want you all to go and show out when you get to basic training, be able to impress your drill sergeant. And if you incorporate these 3 events, I will guarantee you one of y'all is going to be able to impress your drill sergeant. That's it, guys. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Hey, if you want to see more videos like this, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like, what are you waiting on? Go now.